A very good morning, dear student. Welcome back in today's science class. So I hope you all are safe at your home and you are engaged in your study, or everybody very excited about the new class. So now, dear student, in today's class we are going to discuss some condition necessary for water photosynthesis. So in a previous class, in last class we already discussed about the photosynthesis. This photosynthesis is the process by which all the green plants prepare their food by utilizing some raw materials from environment like carbon dioxide, water, and in the presence of sunlight and the chlorophyll, plants can prepare their food. So this process is called water photosynthesis. So what are the necessary conditions? So necessary condition for the photosynthesis. For the photosynthesis, as I told you, the necessary condition is that the raw material, that is CO2 and this water and sunlight can so these are the four necessary things for the photosynthesis. This carbon dioxide the plants can get, that are getting from environment, water that is absorbed by the root and from the soil, and this sunlight, the solar energy or sunlight, plants getting from the sun, and then chlorophyll means these are the green color pigments is known as water chlorophyll. So all these leaves looks like a greener due to presence of this green pigment that is called a chlorophyll. If you see by using the microscope in this the section cutting of the leaves, so you can find it some water. There's some the green color pigment that is called water chloroplast. So this chloroplast is water, the necessary pigment for the to initiate this photosynthesis process. It trap the sunlight and it activate water this process of photosynthesis. Now these are the some important factors on which this photosynthesis is dependent. Now some other things that are also necessary for the water, important for this photosynthesis. So that is so now these are the pictures of stomata. Stomata is nothing but these are the small pores and holes on the surface of leaves. Is known as what a stomata, and stomata helps or play a very crucial role in a exchange of gases and materials. Means during the photosynthesis, this carbon dioxide is taken by the plants through this holes or the pores, and after the photosynthesis whatever the oxygen is released by the plant, so this gases, the exchange of gases is taken place by this stomata. These are the bean or kidney shaped cell is surrounded, this stomata is surrounded by this bean shaped or kidney shaped cells that is called the guard cell. Means simply this stomata is present on the surface of the leaves, and these small holes or pores that help in the exchange of gases or material, or also help in the water transpiration. Transpiration means the loss of water in the form of water droplets. This is called water transpiration. So what is the role of this stomata? Stomata first help in the exchange of gases, second thing it helps in the water transpiration. So function or role of stomata. First So these are the two important functions of a stomata. First, they help in the exchange of gases during the photosynthesis, and second is the help in the transpiration. Means the transpiration process can be done by these small holes on the surface of leaves. Now, other type of some pores are also present on the stem. Some pores that is present on the leaves, that is called the stomata, but the pores or holes present on the stem of a plant is called what? Lenticels. These are known as the lenticels, and these lenticels are helping water for the excretion. Means whatever the excretive materials, waste materials formed in the plant body, that can be removed or excreted from water by these lenticels, and these lenticels are present on the water. These lenticels are present on the surface of stems. The plant stem will have some small holes. So these holes are helped in the removing of excretive and waste material from the plant body. So these are considered as what? Lenticels. Lenticels are present on the stems, but while the stomata are present on the surface of leaves. Both are the what? The some small holes like structures. Okay. Now next. We discussed already in the previous class that during the photosynthesis, the food materials is formed in the plant body, that is stored in the form of water, starch. So now next we are going to discuss about the test for the starch. Means how we can identify the starch is formed in plant body during photosynthesis or not. So there is a very simple test is there. You can see everybody in your textbook, page number 10. Here one activity is given, this activity. So this activity is for water. This activity is for the test for the presence of a starch in a plant body. Now we should first of all we should take one variegated leaves. Variegated leaf. This variegated leaf means a leaf. One that has some green parts and some non-green parts. Means if you see, mostly the leaves are green due to presence of water, chloroplast, or this is due to presence of chlorophyll. But sometime due to water discharging, or you can say that when the color is decolorized and it is turned into the pale yellow color. So that type of means some parts of the leaves became the yellow in color and some parts became water this green. So that type of leaves is called what? Variegated leaf. Means थोड़ा सा पीलापन होता है उसमें और थोड़ा सा जो है वो ब्लू ये ग्रीन कलर की होती है. तो that type of leaves is called what? Variegated leaves. Then keep the plant in the dark room for the 3 days to that all the starch get used up by the plants. This process is called discharging. Discharging, as we discussed that the food material formed in the plant by the process of photosynthesis is water, starch. So that the leaves or that plant should be kept water that don't expose in the sunlight and kept in the dark room. So whatever the food material is prepared in that leaves, that can be utilized for coming 2 or 3 days. So when this starch is used up by the plant, that food material is used by that leaves of plant. So that process is called water discharging. Means discharging means the utilization or use of presence starch by the leaves. Okay, whatever the amount of starch is present in that leaves, that can be utilized when it is not exposed to the sunlight. This process is called what? Discharging. Means जब sunlight में नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? जो भी उसके अंदर stored food है starch के form में, that food can be utilized by the plant. Now keep the plant in the sunlight for about 6 to 8 hours. Pluck a leaf from the plant, make a sketch of a leaf pointing out deep the leaf in a boiling water for a few minutes and after this immerse it into the test tube containing alcohol. Then uske baad kya karna hai, we can put that leaves into the alcohol which test tube which contain the alcohol and then boil it. Okay, carefully place the above test tube in the water bath and heat till the alcohol begins to boil. Then put on the stand and start to boil it. Okay, you will notice that the color of the leaf disappeared but the color of the solution became a green. Why it is green? Because whatever the amount of some that chlorophyll that mixed with the alcohol by the boiling, so that solution became green in the color. Now wash the leaf in the water and dip it into the diluted solution of iodine for a few minutes. Then उसके बाद क्या करोगे, उसको आयोडीन के सॉल्यूशन में आप रख दोगे. ओके, सो देन इट गिव्स वाटर, इट गिव्स द ब्लू ब्लैक color. Okay, so take out the leaf and arrange of iodine solution. Observe the color of the leaf and compare this leaf's sketch of the leaf done in a beginning. तो क्या होगा उससे, you can find it where we put some drop of iodine solution that became water black in color. Okay, so this blue black color is shows the water the test for a starch. Now let us see this. Can you see this is the stomata, this is the opening stomata and this is a condition where the stomata became a water closed. So now see next paragraph here, page number 10. So far we have talked about the how the autotrophs meet their energy requirement by using the source of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, but they also need other raw material for the building their bodies. Like in a previous class, so we already discussed about the protein and vitamins. So these are also some important sources which is necessary for the proper growth of water plants. So you have studied in the earlier classes that proteins are a body building materials and plant also makes fat and oil, protein, and they are made up of water plants. So now here see one activity also given here, that is the carbon is, that is for the testing that the carbon dioxide is necessary for the photosynthesis or not. So please everybody go through these activities because we know that this carbon dioxide is necessary for the photosynthesis. So this activity proved that this carbon dioxide is necessary for the photosynthesis. Okay, so now next the nitrogen. Nitrogen, you know that nitrogen is an essential substance used in the synthesis of a protein. Okay, you know that this protein is the basic building blocks of our body. Okay, so this protein is formed by the nitrogen, and everybody we know that in this atmosphere 78% means large bulk or large percentage of air is water nitrogen. But this free atmospheric nitrogen cannot be utilized by the plant in a direct way. First it should be turned or converted into its compound, then only the plant can utilize this nitrogen. So nitrogen is present in the abundance. Now you see everybody in your textbook page number 11. Nitrogen is present in abundance in the gaseous form in the air. However, the plants cannot absorb nitrogen in this form. They can only take them as water soluble nitrates and nitrites through their root. As I told you that directly plant cannot utilize this. This can be utilized in the form of nitrate and nitrites by the roots when it's become soluble with the water. So you may have seen the farmer mixing the manure and the fertilizer rich in the nitrogen and the soil for the crops to grow well. So most generally you observe that at a field or at a farmhouse, the farmers are adding water, manure and fertilizer with water, soil, because they are rich in the nitrogen and that can be utilized by the plant for their better growth or development. In this way, the plants fulfill their requirements of nitrogen along with the other constituent beside nitrogen. Other substances like phosphorus, iron and magnesium are also taken up from the soil by the absorbing from a root Okay, so these are the other material, you can say the minerals which is required for the proper growth of a plants and proper development of a plant. Next thing, oxygen. Oxygen is also water. Oxygen is produced during water. This photosynthesis. In previous class, we discussed the chemical reactions of water. This photosynthesis. In that we see that the oxygen is also released during this photosynthesis. Okay, so this photosynthesis is the process by which the purification of air is taken place. So oxygen is produced during the photosynthesis. Let us do an experiment to show the release of oxygen during the photosynthesis. So here one simple activity is given here to present the formation of water oxygen during the photosynthesis. Take a few healthy twigs of water plants, hydrilla, place it in a funnel and inverted the funnel in a beaker of water. Invert a test tube over the stem of the funnel. Leave the set up in a sunlight. After some time, the bubbles can be seen rising in the test tube. Remove the test tube carefully and insert a glowing splinters deep into it. The splinters burns brightly. So in sunlight, the hydrilla twigs carry out the photosynthesis, and during this means simply when the aquatic plant hydrilla, you notice the hydrilla is water. Hydra is an aquatic plant, so we capture it into the water and put one funnel on it, and the funnel is covered with water test tube. And when we put it into the sunlight, so that hydra start water to start this photosynthesis process by getting sunlight. So when it is start this process photosynthesis, so during photosynthesis is form water, the food material in the form of starch, and at same time it is also release water oxygen. So that oxygen is we can observe, okay, we can see in the form of bubbles in this test tube. So these bubbles are formed during this photosynthesis process. These are the clearly indications for water, the preparation, this formation of oxygen by the photosynthesis. Okay. So now next, I think for today it's enough. In next class we going to discuss about some remaining points of this chapter, the other mode of nutrition. In that we discuss the three different type of nutrition: parasitic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition, okay, then nutrient in a soil. So remaining portions that we discuss in a next class. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.